All right, greetings one and all. This is day number 2. That's day number 2 of our journey here together. And it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you here. Um, Day number 2, week 7, I should say. Could you believe it? We are already on week 7. And so it's definitely a delight to have you. In February, we're literally days away from your exams. I know I say days, you may be like, Mr. Petit, there's literally several months before our exams, but they are gonna go by so fast. And you're gonna be out of grade 9, some of you, and out of grade 12, some of you. So, that's a blessing. Um, so I want Alexandra to explain the slide for us.
Okay, so basically for number 1, we're gonna add the ratios together and then we're gonna divide the answer by 100 and
Wait,
1000.
wait. Tell us what's happening. So start from Angela, Susan, and Peter. What's happening in the question?
So Angela, Susan, and Peter share 1,800 acres of land in the ratio 3:4. That means Angela's gonna get 3 equal parts, Susan is gonna get 2 equal parts, and Peter is gonna get 4 equal parts. But in
Mm-hmm,
order for us to find the equal parts, we have to find out what is one equal part first.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So we're gonna add all the ratios together, which is gonna give us the number 9. So that's 1,800 divided by 9. Then we'll find out what is one equal part.
mm-hmm.
So when we get the answer for that, which is 200, we're gonna times it by 3 because Angela gets 3 equal parts.
Very
So
good.
she will get 600 acres because 200 times 3 equals 600.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Very
now
good.
for how many acres did Susan and Peter receive? So the same thing we did for Angela, we're gonna do for Susan and Peter. Susan gets 2 equal parts, so we're gonna times 2 by 200, which gives us
Mm-hmm,
4. Then
mm-hmm.
for Peter, we're gonna times 4 times the 200, which is gonna give us 800 acres.
Very good. Very good. Thank you for that explanation. Very good explanation there. So let's move on to the next one. Number 2. Example number 2. I'm gonna ask Shaya to explain this for me.
I just know you was gonna call me.
Yeah, yeah. Be
Okay.
prepared. Yeah, that's the
So,
rule. Mm-hmm,
can try. Okay.
mm-hmm,
Since the ratio is 4 to 3 to 1, so to get like before we could figure out how much Cantario received, we have to figure out like much like how much acres is one equal part.
mm-hmm,
So you have to do 2,400 divided by 4 plus 3 plus 1,
mm-hmm,
which is 8. So you do 2,400 divided by 8 to get 300.
mm-hmm,
And then to get how the equal parts that Cantario got, since he got 4 equal parts, you do 300 times 4, which is 1,200
mm-hmm. Okay.
acres. And to get how many acres Richard and Tom received, you do Richard got 3 equal parts, so you do 3 times 300, which is 900 acres. And then Tom only got 1 equal part, so you just write 1 times 300, which is 300 acres.
Very good. Thank you. So that's how we do that. And from that, we were able to get some questions, some exercises. But that's basically the heart of what we did yesterday. Basically finding out what is one equal part, and then from finding out what is one equal part, then using that idea to figure out, okay, how much did this one receive, the next one receive, and so on. Right. So that was basically the idea for that one. So let me resume. So Antonia Can you help me with number 1? How did we get our answer for number 1? For Ruth, Bob, and their 3,600 acres. Antonia, is she there? All right, if she's not available, can I ask Aaron to do it? How do we get the answer for number 1? Am I audible? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Miss Mati.
We hear
Okay.
you.
All right. I can't hear them. Take one. Were you here yesterday? I don't see take one, Let me ask Lanaya then. Lanaya, can you explain how we got number 1?
Sure. So, it says that Sam, Ruth, and Bob share 3,600 acres of land, and the ratio is it's 3 to 2 to 4. So first we have to start by. So first we have to start. Sorry. So first start by finding out what one equal part is. And one equal part is 400. So because the question is how many acres of land did Sam receive?
Mm-hmm.
Was first and the number 3 was first.
Yeah.
We have to. So 3 is portion of the land would be 3. So we multiply 400 by 3, and we
Okay.
get 1,200.
Very good. And how do we get B?
B.
Yeah.
So we basically did the same thing. We multiplied 400 because that's one equal part. Multiply 400 for root 2, and that gave us 800, and we multiplied 400 by 4 for Bob, which gave us 1,600.
Very good. And Caleb, can you explain how we got number 2?
Hold on, number 2.
Yeah, the holder number 2. We gotta speak into the mic though, because I could barely hear you.
Number 2, um, for how much acres of land did John receive? Thus, um, one equal part equals 4,800 divided by 6 plus 4 plus 2, 4,800 divided by 12, which would give us 400.
Can you explain how we got the 400 again? We add what?
We add 6, 4, and 2, and then which would give us 12, and then we divide 4,800 by 12.
Very good. Uh-huh.
And then John would be 6 equal parts. So that's 4,000 times 6, which would give us 2,400.
Okay, you mean 400 times 6?
Yes, no, I said 400 times 6.
You said 4,000. But go on,
That's,
you're right with the 2,400.
yeah, so, and then,
Uh-huh.
so that's 2,400. And then, for how many acres of land did Peter and Father receive? Peter would be 4 equal parts, which is 400 times 4, which would give us 16,000 acres. And then Fana would be 2 equal parts, which is 1,000 times 2, which would give us 800 acres.
800. Thank you so much, Caleb, for being ready. Amaya, how you doing?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you explain that number 3? How did we get our answer for number 3?
First, you have to.
You sound like you're away from your mic. Can you come up closer?
Oh,
You sound distant.
oh, I remember.
And you breaking up too.
For real?
Are you home?
Yes, I am.
Okay, sound different.
I don't know.
Try again. Try explaining number 3. Let me see if it works.
What'd you say?
Try explaining number 3 again.
Um, First to find one equal part, like one equal part equal to, you have to add the ratios, and then hold on, wait. Hold on. You can hear me?
I get at you. My volume was low. I realized that. That's the problem.
Okay. So you have to add the ratio, and that's equal to 10. And then you have to divide 10 by 2,470.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would give you 247. And
Mm-hmm.
then to find Aaron's part, since his part is 2, you have to multiply 247 by 2, which gives you 494. And then you multiply 247 by 5 for Angel, because that's how much parts she got. And I
Yeah.
give you 235. And then you do the same for Megan, because she has 3. And then you get 741.
Very good. Thank you, Amaya. All right, so that's what we did last night. We also continued. So what's her name? Alexandra, you wasn't able to get this. So take a screenshot of this. We did this one. And this was the past paper that we saw as well, whereby instead of acres of land, we were dealing with money that had to be shared between 2 sons. And the first son, which was Bob, he received 2 equal parts. And then the second son, Sam, received 3 equal parts. And so the first thing to do in order to figure out how much Bob received, we had to find what is 1 equal part. And that's easy, because all we need to do is take 20,000 divided by the sum of 2 and 3. So it's going to be 2 plus 3, which gives us 5. And 20,000 divided by 5 is definitely 400. So since we know that not 400, sorry, 4,000. Since we know that 1 equal part is 4,000, we know that Bob received 2 equal parts from the question. And so we're going to say Bob equal 2 equal parts. And so 2 equal parts is going to be twice of 1 equal part. So that's going to be 2 times 4,000, which is going to give us 8,000. So Bob received 8,000 out of the 20,000. So if Bob received 8,000 out of the 20,000, and we know that there's only Bob and Sam that the 20,000 have to be shared into, then one way that we could get the amount that Sam received is by doing 20,000 minus 8,000. That's another way. So 12,000, 20,000 rather, minus 8,000 is going to be 12,000. So Sam received 12,000 out of the 20,000, and Bob received 8,000 out of the 20,000. Another method that we could do to get the amount that Sam received is to simply multiply 3 by 4,000, because we know that Sam received 3 equal parts. So it's going to be 3 times 4,000, which is still the same 12,000. Notice that both ways or both methods yields the same result. So it depends on what you want to do to get your result. Either you're going to subtract in this method or you're going to multiply. Now we move on to what we have to do for today. So let's get started with that. All right, today is Monday. Monday, sorry, Tuesday. Tuesday, the 21st of September, of November, of February 2023.
Living good.
Boy, November, I don't know where to come from, but it's subject is mathematics. And we continue with the same theme of ratio word problems. Okay, there's a lot of practice that we could get from this. We could look at different questions and stuff like that. But the core of central idea remains the same, of finding that equal part and knowing how to do it. Okay.
Mr. Petit, after
Hola.
this, you have these dogs annoying. You have other ratios they're going to show us, or it's just basically this one ratio word problem? Because I was looking at Maths 2022 paper, and there's
Yeah.
a ratio in that. Can you do that for us, please? Because if you're not doing a different one, then look at that for me. The ratio what it gave us. It's the circle with the colors. I think it have colors. Yeah. So if you Google
Sure.
a beautiful paper, you should see it. Let me know if that's ratio too.
I can tell you, I have to see the paper because that is not online. And so I need to see the paper to see what it looks like. All right.
Okay, I can send a picture to you now, so you will
Yeah.
let me know if we're doing that in class. Let me go get the paper.
Yeah. Let me see that. Ashton, are you here? Where's Ashton? All right, so let's continue. So with this one, the question says there are, so example, let's set it up as example number one. Say there are Drexel, where's Drexel? Students at Tropical High. Drexel, are you there? Hello, Drexel. Can't hear the one. Okay. So there are 1,200 students at Tropical High. The ratio of boys to girls is 3 to 5. The first question says, okay, tell us how many girls are in the school.
Mr. Petit, I just look at it properly. That's probability. So is that still a part of ratio?
No, probability is not ratio.
Okay. All right. But I send you it.
As a separate topic, which we have to look at as well. But that's different from ratio. All right, so anyone want to volunteer or try this question? Help me out with this one. There are 1,200 students in Tropical High. The ratio is 3 to 5. How many girls are in the school?
Okay, so
one moment, Alexandra, I think Watson want to help. Watson, are you there? Zayden Watson? Are you there, Zayden? I don't know. The mic probably just on by mistake. All right, go ahead. Anyone who ever wants help? We want to figure out how much girls in the school.
okay, so first 12,000 divided by 3 plus 5. So
Let's
that gives
one moment. Let's say how much girls and boys are in the school. Let's do that. How many girls and boys are in the school, just to make it interesting. Okay, go ahead.
So 12,000 divided by the sum of 3 plus 5.
Mm-hmm. So what we trying to do first? Trying to find one equal part, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Good. So one equal part will be what?
12,000
Mm-hmm.
divided by
Divided
open
by
bracket 3 plus 5.
divided by open bracket 3 plus 5.
Hey, Mr. Matrides, it's 1,200 or 1,000?
Sorry, it's 1,200, 1,200.
Okay.
That's my bad. Okay, so 1,200 divided by, what is 3 plus 5?
8.
8. So it's going to be equal to, what is 1,200 divided by 8?
150.
150. Did anyone else got 150? Anyone else got 150?
I got 150.
All right, that's
I got
good.
150.
That's
I
good.
didn't
So
work. I didn't work it out yet.
okay, you haven't worked it out yet. Hey, Mr. Watson, how you doing, sir?
Good.
This is your first time in this class, right?
Yeah.
Who is here? Which one is here?
Me.
No, you can't say yeah. You're speaking to me, right? So don't say yeah. We use yes, sir, in this class. All right.
Okay. I mean, okay, sir.
All right. So I think your sister is also in this class as well. Am I right?
Um. Uh.
I know another Watson, Kia Watson. That's his sister.
No, my sister is Zaria Watson.
Yeah, Zaria. Zaria is also in this class. Where is she?
She's not home right now.
Okay. When she coming home?
Probably when mommy picks her up at from the Y.
Okay. All right then. Whenever she comes on, whenever she come home, let her know that she have to be in class.
Okay.
All right. So we have 8 into 1,200. How much times 8 goes into 12? How much times 8 goes into 12?
Once.
1.
Once. Very good. So 8 times 1 is 8.
8.
8.
And 12 minus 8 is
4.
4. Very good. We bring down the 0. How much times 8 goes into 40?
5.
5.
5
5.
times. So 8 times 5 is 40. What is 40 minus 40?
0. 0.
0. We bring down the 0. Eight times 0 is going to be what?
0.
0. Zero minus 0 is 0. So that means that one equal part is going to be 150 students. So if one equal part is 150 students, and we know that we have boys and we have girls. So we're going to figure out how much boys there are in this class.
You can take 150 from 1,200.
No, 150 is just how much is one equal part.
My bad, I forgot that last part.
So how are we going to figure out how much is the boys?
Three times 150
Why 3?
because the boys get 3 equal parts.
Very good, because the boys get 3 equal parts. So 3 equal parts, and then the girls is what?
5.
5. Yes, 5 equal parts. So even before we get the answer, who you think which population would be higher? Boys or
The
girls?
girls.
The
Girls.
boys.
The girls.
Because girls is 5
I'm gonna be
equal
honest,
parts.
but I would say boy because I'm a boy, but I'll be honest with girls.
I mean, based on the question. Based on the question.
Girls because it's 5 equal parts they're gonna get.
Yeah,
Girls.
very good. Because there are 5 equal parts for the girls, and then for the boys, it's only 3. Okay, so please better than mine. So let me see if I can find it. Different color this. Would that work better? Yeah, that'll work definitely better. And that's typically true, you know. Hey,
Question, right? You say you get the equal amount of the equal parts, like how you say 1,200 times 8, right? Divided by 8, right? That's 150. So where does that 150 go?
okay, if you let me finish, then you'll see.
Sorry.
All right. I wish you were here yesterday, because you would have known immediately what we're gonna do with it. The boys is 3 equal parts, so it's gonna be what? 3 times what?
150.
Times 150. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. So 3 times 150.
450.
So what we get when we multiply 3 times 150?
450.
450.
450.
Very good, 450. So there are 450 male students. And then for the girls, right? What are we gonna do with 5?
Times it by 150.
Times it by 150.
150. It's
Times
gonna
it
give
by
you 50.
So 5 multiplied by, not divided, 5 multiplied by, it's gonna be equal to what?
750.
Y'all sure? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I got that.
750 female students, okay? All right. Hey, good night.
I have a goal.
Okay, no problem. Oh, by the
Ah.
way, I meant to put this down. A lot of people is misspelling my name and mispronouncing my name. So let me put my name on the board. I thought I'd do that because I'm like,
Yes, because I keep getting confused of how to spell your name, and they keep
yeah,
asking me what's your name.
yeah. People ask me, well, pronouncing my name wrong, number one, and then number two, in the middle of a text, they spelling it wrong. Oh boy. So I'm gonna put my name in. So my name is Mr. Petite. P-E-T-I-T. Not P-E-T-I-C. Not P-E-T-T-Y. Petite.
Just a baddie.
All right. Now, okay, so the second part of this question is where we need to think, right? So let me bring this down. Let me put this up here. Okay, so for B, B is, we gotta be very careful with B. So 9 more boys entered the school. All right. If the ratio remains the same, how many girls entered Okay, this is a question that actually came on your exam. And I wonder how would you answer this? It was worth 3 points. So the first one was worth 4 points, and the second one is worth 3 points. So it says nine more boys entered the school. If the ratio remained the same, how many girls entered the school? Anyone have any ideas?
So we have to subtract 9 from the 750. No.
No?
If the remainder is the same, I think the answer would still be 715 if the ratio remains the same.
No, but remember 9 more boys entered. So if 9 more boys entered, then the ratio have to be correspond to the number of girls. So girls have to enter 2 to keep the ratio balanced.
That means you times it. No. Then you probably would. So just add 9 on.
You would have to divide it, Mr. Petit.
Divide what?
Divide the 9 by the 750. Those girls still have more.
The girls still have to have more. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
that's
The
what I'm
girl,
saying. The girls still
girls,
have more.
so the girls still gonna have more. So how are we gonna get that?
Maybe you have to divide something, but I don't know what.
Mr. Petit,
Yeah.
what you see, right? Okay, 9 plus 5 plus 4 is 9, right? Suppose you add 4.5 and another 4.5 onto what the boys and the girls are.
Say it again.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
So suppose you have 9, right? How about you split the 9, 4.5 and 4.5, right?
No, we're not splitting it. We're not splitting it.
Mr. Petit,
Hey,
my screen turned black. That was your screen, but turned black. My screen said I know if you leave and come back in.
it's on now, right?
Yeah, it's on now.
Okay, good. So 9 more boys entered the school. So if 9 more boys entered the school, do not write anything. Do not write anything now. I'm just gonna explain it to you, okay? Then we can write it formally, okay? So don't write anything. This is just me explaining it. Then I'll rewrite it properly. So if 9 more boys enter the school, how much boys we currently have? We have what?
400.
My bad, 450, right? So erase all link. So if 9 more boys enter the school, that's gonna be 4.
Definitely right quick.
Okay, sure. It's gonna be 450 plus what?
Plus the 9.
9.
Plus 9. Because what? 9 boys entered the school, right? So this is gonna be 459. Good. So this now means that we have a new amount of students now. So that means that we need to find another equal part because our equal part will not be 150 no more. Our equal part change. So we have to find one equal part again. So we have to say one equal part.
Mr. Petit.
Yes, sir.
So what do you mean by equal part? Like how I'd say 3 equal parts and 5 equal parts, right? Or what if
Yes.
you just make that even from 9?
No, they say 9 more boys entered the school. So we can't cut it in half because that means, and how you got 4.5 boys? What you gonna do? Cut the boy in half?
No, I don't know.
Exactly. So 9 more boys entered the school. So we have to add that to our number of boys that we already have.
Mr.
Okay.
Petit,
Yes, sir.
where you get 450 from?
Because it's 450 boys, right? That's what we just calculated in the first one. 450 male students. Where's Noel? Noel, where are you? Where are you?
Are you home?
No, I'm saying, I just answered your question. Did you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's how we get the 450. So 9 more boys entered the school. So that means that our new number of boys is going to be
What it is, that's what I'm saying.
our new number of boys will be 459. Noel, please make sure you mute your mic. So 459 boys. Okay. Now, that's how much boys currently are there. Karan, mute your mic, please, when you're not speaking. So 450 plus 9 is 459 boys. So that's how much number of boys currently in the school. That means this 150 right here, this equal parts, this one equal part would change. So we have to figure out now how much equal parts there are at this point, because 150 will not be the number of equal parts that we have. So we're going to say one equal part now, that's going to be equal to 459, but it's going to be divided by the number of equal parts for the boys. So it's the number of equal parts for the boys. That's going to be what?
3.
3. So what is 459 divided by 3?
153.
459 divided by 3 is 153. So one moment, Jensen. So one equal part changes from 150 to 153 because 9 more boys entered the school. So our equal part is going to change. So since there's one equal part now, which is since one equal part is now 153 males, and 153 students, the question is how many girls would be there? All right.
So now we have to multiply 153 by 5.
Yes, so we have to multiply 153 by 5. So the girls now, number of girls that are there is going to be 153 multiplied by 5. Why 5?
Because it's 5 equal parts for the girls.
Because it's 5 equal parts for the girls, right? Okay. So 153 times 5 is going to be what?
765.
Say it again.
765.
765. Good. So if there's 765 girls, now how many new girls did we get?
15.
15. Because it's going to be 765
Subtracted by
minus 750.
750.
Because we already had 750 females. It's going to be minus 750. So 765 minus 750 is going to be 15 girls. All right. All right, like I said, don't write this down. We're gonna rewrite it again. I just want you to understand what's happening before you write. Okay. So what did we do? Because this is very this is very. But I said don't write Alexandria.
Most of the guy can lie. I being honest with you right now. I don't remember hearing you say don't write it down.
If you were listening carefully, you would hear it. I said that.
I already wrote it down.
I do something.
All right, so make sure I mute your mic, Ashwan, when you come in. Oh, sorry, Rashad. He's gonna say something.
I don't understand.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna explain it again. Okay. I know it's a lot to process. So we say that 9 more boys entered the school. Okay. So if 9 more boys entered the school, then the number of new boys is gonna be what? So it's going to be 9. And so the total number of boys that we have is going to be 450 plus 9, which is going to be 459 boys. Okay. So 450 plus 9 is 459 boys. That's the number of, of boys we have now currently, because we add 9 more boys. So that's why we have 459 boys. Everyone, please pay attention. All right, because I know that a lot of you are gonna have questions on this. And I don't want to be explaining this again and again and again and again and again and again. So please pay attention at this moment, because this one is tricky. So 450 boys we had. That's 450 male students we had. Now we add 9 more because it's 9 more boys that entered the school. So it's going to be 459 boys that entered the school. Okay. Okay. So since 459 boys is what we currently have, that means that our equal part is going to change, because we only add 150 because that's when our total number of students was 1,200. But our total number of students is going to change because we add 9 more boys. Okay. And so that means that our equal part has to change. Okay. So what is our equal part going to be? So the new equal part is going to be 459 divided by 3. Why 3? We use 3 because that's how much equal parts we have for the males. So 459 divided by 3 is going to give us 153. Now we know that there are 153 males in the school. Sorry, not 153 males. Now we know that there's 153 equal parts. Sorry, that one equal part is 153 students. So one equal part is 153 students. And so 3 equal parts will be 459 students. Now for the girls, we need to know how much girls there are. So in order to find out how much girls there are, now currently, this is the old number of girls, 450. That was the old number. Now, since we add in more girls and boys, we have to do 153 multiplied by 5, because 5 is the number of equal parts for the girls. So 153 times 5 is going to give us 465. That means that there are currently 465 girls in the school.
Mr. Bitty, you mean 765?
765, my bad. There are 765 girls in the school, because we multiply 153 times 5. So there's 765 girls in the school currently. There was 750 girls, but now there's currently 765 girls. Okay. There was 450 males, but now there's currently 459 males. Okay. So it's changed. It changes. All right. So with that being said, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, okay, how much new girls actually came? Well, it was 750, but now we have 765. So we have to subtract to get the amount of new girls that would enter the school. And so that's how we would operate to do this question. Any questions before we write it down properly? Please let me know. All right, if there's no questions, that's right. Down. I think, there you go, Joala. So write this down for me, please. So the first thing we're gonna figure out is total number of boys. That's going to be equal to the whole number of boys plus the amount that just entered. So it's going to be 450 boys plus 9, the new 9 that just entered. So it's going to be 459 boys. Okay. The next thing we need to do, figure out is now our one equal part. So one equal part is going to be equal to how much we have for the number of boys divided by, it's going to be total number of boys divided by equal parts. So number of equal parts for boys. Now, the total number of boys is how much? So total number of boys in this question. The total number of boys.
59.
459, very good. And what's the number of equal parts for the boys? In this
3.
question, 3. Very good. So it's going to be equal to 459 divided by 3, which gave us what? 153. Okay. Now that we get, or now that we have the equal parts, now we could figure out total number of girls. So it's going to be total number of girls is going to be what? One equal part multiplied by 5. So 5 multiplied by what is one equal part? 153. It's going to give us what? 765 girls. So now we want to figure out now number of new girls that entered is going to be the number of old girls minus the number of, the number of
Mr. Vidi, isn't it new girls minus the old girls?
total minus total. I don't want to write it like that. That's not the right way to write it. Let's just choose the numbers. 465 minus 750. Which is going to give us what? 15 girls. 15 new girls who entered the school. Okay, so that's how we do it. I'm going to give you a chance to write that down. Aaron, where's Aaron? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain how we got the answer for A, please? For the boys and the girls in the school.
So you will add up the ratios between the boys and the girls. That would equal 8. And then you divide it by how much students it is, which is 1,200.
Mm-hmm. So you
to
got one
get
equal
that.
part. You got one equal part. Okay, and then
And then you times it by the number of ratios it is.
what you mean? You mean like
100,
for the boys? Tell me what we got for the boys.
the 3 equal parts times 150
Okay, good.
equals 450 male students.
Uh-huh.
And then for the girls, 5 times 150 equals 750 female students.
Okay, excellent. Daniel, tell me how we got B.
I got B by first of all adding the 9 boys to the 450 other male students, and then I got 459. Then I had to divide by 3 because that was the ratio from boys to girls. So when I divided it by 3, I got my one equal part. Then I used my 153, my dividend. I used my 153 and divided it by the ratio of girls in the school. And then I got 765. Now, because I got 765, I subtracted it from the original 750 to see how much more it would be. And I got 15 new girls.
Okay, thank you. All right, please take this down for me. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Amaya, you understand what to do?
Yeah, so
Okay. All right, do we need an next example or should we go straight into exercises?
We straight.
Straight.
Yeah, sure, as long as you have your notes down, like some people.
Yeah,
You have
it's
the notes,
proceeded.
good.
It's proceeded almost 7 o'clock, like 3 minutes from 7.
Wow. I think we should do another example. Let's do example number 2. Design. So example number 2. She's still writing. Jamisha, take a picture of this, please. Take a screenshot for those who are still writing this. Take a screenshot, please. All right, so let's look at example number 2. So there are 28,000 students at Exoma high school. The ratio of boys to girls is 3 to say, let's say it's 3 to 4. A. How many boys and girls are in the school? All right, Amaya, what's the first step we're gonna do to get how many boys and girls are in the school?
You have to add 3 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
then you divide that by the amount of students.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So 1 equal part is gonna be equal to 2,800 divided by the sum of 3 plus 4. And what is that sum?
7.
7. So 2,800 divided by 7.
400.
Someone say 400. Did everyone get 400?
I got 400. I got 400.
Yes, it is 400. So 400 students is 1 equal part. Now, we need to figure out how much girls and boys there are. So for the boys, how much equal parts is the boys?
3.
3. So the boys is 3 equal parts. And for the girls, how much equal parts that they are?
4.
4, yeah. Okay, so how are we gonna figure out the number of equal parts? The amount, sorry, of boys that are in school.
Do we multiply 400 by 3?
Very good. 3 times 400. It's gonna be equal to, what is 3 times 400?
1,200.
200.
1,200 male students. And we have 4. We're gonna multiply 4 by
400.
400. Gonna be equal to 4 times 400 is what?
1,600.
1,600 or 1,600. So 1,600 male students, female students rather. So there is more females than males in the school, as we would expect. So for B, let's say that not 9, let's say 15 more boys entered the school. If the ratio remains, if the ratio, sorry, if the ratio remains the same, how many girls enter? Daniel, how are we gonna get B? You know, the 15 boys entered the school. If the ratio remains the same, how many girls entered?
Okay, so we first of all want to add how much boys were originally in the school.
Mm-hmm. How much boys was originally in the school?
1,200.
1,200 plus what? How much new boys?
15.
15. So how much boys we have in total?
1,215.
1,215 boys. Okay, so now that we know the number of boys, how are we gonna figure out one equal part?
We're going to figure out one equal part by dividing the amount of boys
Mm-hmm.
to the number of equal parts for boys. So the amount of the amount of ratio for boys.
The amount of
The
equal
ratio for
parts.
boys.
So the amount of boys is how much? How much boys we have?
1,215.
12, 15. How much equal parts we have for boys?
3.
3. Will it always be 3? Can this number change?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this number could change. So don't be surprised if this number changes. At the bottom, we don't always have to use 3. Okay. Now what is 12, 15 divided by 3?
1,215 divided
I
by
got
3.
400.
Is what?
3 divided by 3 is 405.
405. That's one equal part. So in order to get the number of girls, what are we gonna do?
We would divide it by the equal parts for girls.
Divide. Why would we
Sorry,
divide?
sorry. Times.
Multiply. Multiply it by what?
We multiply it by 4. Since the girls have 4 equal parts, it'd be 4.
Okay, good. So 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 405 is gonna be what?
It's going to be 1620.
16, 20. Very good. That's how much girls there. Now, how many number of new girls do we have? Hello, Danielle, how much number of new girls do we have?
The way we'd find that is by subtracting the original number of female students by the number that we already have now. The number that we just got.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna be 1620 minus what?
Minus
1,600.
1,600.
1,600. So how much number of new girls did we get?
20 new girls.
20 new girls. Right, good. Any questions on that, Lanaya?
No, sir.
Okay. Any questions on that, Aiden?
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead, Jennifer.
I have to leave early because I have to do a project that is done tomorrow.
Okay, no problem.
Good night.
Good night. Take a picture of your note before you go and send it to me. If you have the notes already, please take a picture of example 1 and example 2 and send it to me via WhatsApp, please. Again, if you have the pictures already, please take a picture of example 1 and example 2 and give it to me via WhatsApp.
Excuse me, Miss Pretty, do you go back to number one, please?
Sure. So example number one was the pink one. Pink representing the girls. And then for number two, we use blue representing the boys. Still waiting on notes from some people. Thank you, Yolanda.
Okay, good night, Miss Sweetie.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. Again, please take a picture of your notes and send them to me via WhatsApp. All right, please send in the class notes for me, please. We can send in the class notes for me. All right, so let's begin.
Oh, Miss Sweetie, game is finished.
Take a screenshot of the picture, please, of the image on the screen, because we have to move. All right, there are 44 of you in here, and I still don't have every one of your notes. Make sure send them, please. I don't have to run down no one for no notes. I do not want to, but I will if you help me, if you want me to. So please make sure take a picture of your notes and send them to me via WhatsApp.
Wait,
Alright.
how do we send it to you?
Via WhatsApp. Oh, yes, you don't have my WhatsApp number. Let me send my WhatsApp number in the chat. Let me put my WhatsApp number in the chat for you. So it is, my number is 426 8891. Take a picture of your notes and send it to me via WhatsApp. Where's Zaria? Zaria, are you there?
Yes, sir.
I still haven't received your notes yet.
I just took a picture of the first one, and I have to write down the second one. I took a picture of those. I mean, both.
Okay.
I sent Max.
That's Mikhail?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I received that. Where's Lanaya? Lanaya, you there? It's too big. So 100% please from everyone. These are not difficult questions, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be getting all right. Avoid the simple mistakes. Review your work, and you should be just okay. Do, 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 do. So give me a moment. Let me write down the question. So say that there are, instead of there being 1,200, let's say that we have 2,400 students. Instead of being tropical high school, let's say it is Long Island High School. The ratio of boys to girls is still 3 to 5. This is number 1, by the way.
Do we have to write down the questions?
Of course, that's how we do it every night, Miguel. How many boys and how many girls are in the school? And then B, please do not turn on the cameras. Who's that turn on that camera? And then B says,
Mr. Petit, don't you have to change the did you change the number of girls and you changed the number? Yeah, 2,400.
yes, I did.
Okay.
If you just wait and look before you speak, you would be in good shape. All right. And for number 2, instead of 2,400, let's say that we have $45,000 students at Cat Island. High school ratio is, let's say the ratio is 4 to 5. How many girls, how many boys? And let's say that 16 boys. And instead of 16, let's use 20. 20 more boys enter the school. The ratio remains the same. How many girls enter the school? And then finally, number 3. Say the ratio is 3 to 4. And let's say we add 27 more. I just those 3. Oh,
See,
hey.
like when you reach the B, when you write the words too, we have to
Mhm.
write the words or just do our working.
No, write the questions down.
Like how when we reach there is a total number
Oh,
otherwise.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, no, just do the
You don't have
working.
to, but they have to be neat.
Okay.
They have to be neat.
Okay, no problem.
Zaria, your work is too, it's too, I don't know if you tried it, if you're trying to save folder sheet or something like that, but it's too squished together. It's too close. You need to give yourself some more space when you write, especially math. Especially math. It's too clustered, Zaria. Can you hear me, Zaria?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why you're not responding when I speaking to you? I'm saying it's too clustered. You need to space out your work some more.
I will.
Especially the bottom part. But do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. So go ahead and do these exercises. What's his name? Zayden?
Yeah, that's me.
I keep on saying yeah. Who is yeah? My
Oh,
name is not yeah. It's yes sir or Mr. Petit.
yes, sir.
You send me something from 8256007.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I mean, sir.
Why you sending me Zaria notes? I want your written notes. I want her notes. Do you understand that?
Okay, sir.
So write down your notes and send them to me, please. Don't copy it. Don't send her work. Send yours.
Okay, sir.
Mikhail Hebron.
Yes,
That's
sir.
please quit the weird comments inside the chat, please.
Pardon me?
Stop the weird comments inside the chat.
Okay.
Aaron, do you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I received your notes. Alexandria, we good?
Yes, sir, Mr. Petit, number 2.
That's good. Amaya, how are you looking?
Looking good.
I don't see your notes from today's class.
Oh, I guess I know.
Okay. Angelina Penaman. Angelina Penaman, are you there? What number are you on, Angelina? Number 1A? Okay, that's good. And we have Angel. Angel, how you doing?
I'm great.
I like the enthusiastic response. Do you understand what to do?
Yes, I understand.
All right, what number you on?
1B.
1B. Okay. Thank you. Antoine. Antoine Moniz.
Yes, sir.
What number you on?
Number 1B.
Number 1B. I got your notes. Good presentation there. Do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. Antonia.
Yes, sir.
What number you on?
2B.
2B. Did you send in your work for the day?
Pardon?
Your notes. Did you send in your notes?
No, I send my notes, but I have them written down. I can send them when I send in the question. I had to step away, so I
Okay.
just jump back in that side.
Okay. Okay, sure. Ashton Taylor, are you there? Ashton Taylor, are you there? Yes. I haven't received none from you. I don't have no notes. Neither do I have any exercises, sir.
Excuse me.
Hello, Vashante. How you doing?
Can you show me page 1 and 2, please? I came in late.
Okay, sure. Quickly take a screenshot of them. Okay, Ashton, I understand that you're on number 2A, but I need your notes. I don't have no notes on you. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what number you want because I don't have no notes or nothing from you, Ashton. So please send me the pictures of what you have. As that's Ashton I'm talking to. And Ashton, why are you not using your mic? Use your mic, please, because your mommy fixed your mic the other day. So I don't know why you're not using it. For Shante, here is slide 1. Please quickly take a picture of that. And here is slide number 2. This is for Shante.
Thank you.
Good. All right, Mr. Ashton, send the photos of the classwork, please. Aiden Johnson, where's Aiden?
Yes, sir.
I see your notes. Do you understand what to do, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What number you on? What number are you on? Aiden, what number you on?
1B.
Okay, good. Where's Caleb?
Yes, sir.
What number you on?
Number 1.
Okay, do me a favor. Write properly, okay? Because your handwriting is getting progressively worse. And so before I ask you to rewrite the whole thing, do yourself a favor and write properly. Hold the pen and write properly. Don't write like you don't care. All right, and squatching up all over the place. All right, it's called being untidy.
That's because you did not make some corrections. So I had to X it out. X it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, but that's not how you squash something out. You don't just do scribbly squash. You don't do that. It's called being untidy. So you have to fix it properly. If there's a correction that is made, do a gentle line. And it's not only the scribbly squash that I see, it's your handwriting. Write properly, hold the pen and write properly. Form the letters. Okay.
Okay.
Shaya,
Yes, sir.
what number you on?
I on 2A.
2A. Good. You understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. Harmony, I receive. Oh, I see examples. I see example 1. Harmony, why you came late to class? Where's Harmony? Is she,
Yes.
Why did
Mr.
you come? Why did you come late to class? Harmony.
I was early.
No, he wasn't early. I saw you coming in. Okay, if he was early, how come you just sending in your notes?
Because my Wi-Fi dropped and I joined again.
Oh, so you had to rejoin. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Petit, you could check number 3 for me, please, because I'm getting a different number.
Number 3?
Yes, sir. Do it on your calculator.
You mean you getting? What do you mean you getting a different number? You mean you getting decimals? How do you mean when you say you getting a different number?
Yes, sir. Yeah, basically just.
The T7 gonna go into 45. That'll be a decimal, but the just.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, 7. Oh, that's true. Why are you 7?
So make that 3 or 5. Make that 4 or 5.
Wait. I think it's supposed to be. 49. So it's supposed to be 49, my bad. So a correction, please. For number 3, it's not 45, it's 49,000. Thank you, Alexandria. That wouldn't be right.
Oh Lord, I must get a tears paper.
No. Yikes.
When I do Mr. Petiti, they didn't give me no decimal number. Give me.
I know they didn't give you decimal number.
So what is wrong about it? Because I'm about to write and I really don't want to scribble it out.
What's wrong is that, okay, it's not supposed to be 27. It's 23. Okay, that's better. So for number 3, please make the corrections. It is 4,900, and it's 23 more boys that was allowed to enter. All right. Thank you, Alexandra and Rochelle. Chris Raming, where's Chris Raming?
Yes, sir.
The first thing is, I'm gonna need you to write that crime essay because your mom asks about writing essays, and it's as if I didn't give y'all no essay. And I gave y'all essay to write and JPR to write, but you refused to do it. All right. So I need you to write down that essay on crime that I gave from the beginning of the school semester.
Oh, okay.
And I don't have no class notes for you. You always just say you're gonna send it, but you never send it. So you need to stop lying and send the work this time. Do you hear me, Do you hear me, Chris?
Okay.
It's not okay. Stop saying okay.
Yes, sir.
And please do it. Don't just give lip service to it. Is your mommy home?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Make sure to take pictures of your class notes. What number you on?
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Jasmine, you shouldn't be getting a decimal for number 2. That should be all right. Chris Ramin, don't use a camera.
That was a misclick.
That's fine. Daniel? Daniel Hepburn.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. What number you on?
I'm on number 2.
Number 2. Okay. I received your class notes, by the way. Diamond?
Yes, sir.
No, Diamond, not Daniel. Diamond.
Oh, sorry.
Diamond?
Hello?
What number you on?
3B.
Where's your ruler, Diamond?
I don't have a ruler.
Well, you have to use the straight edge because your work is
Okay.
not neat at all. And
Okay.
especially for a girl, I expect your work to be written better than this. You write like you don't care. So you need to hold, that's like I told Caleb, hold the pen, don't rush it, and write neatly. All right. But thanks for sending your work.
Mr. Petit.
Hey, go ahead, Alexandra.
Can you check B, please?
B for number 3.
Yes, sir.
You sent it already?
No, I get the decimal when I reach the the bottom
No,
part.
definitely not. Remember, it's supposed to be 23. Remember?
Yeah, I know, Mr. D. That's why I asked you to check it. I have it. I know.
Okay. And what was your equal part? 1 equal part.
3.
No, 1 equal part.
1 equal part with 700.
Good. Add 23 to that.
Okay.
Wait. You say 1 equal part with 700.
No, Mr. Petit.
No, I see what you're saying. When you multiply it by
I get 2,100.
and then you add.
Then when I add the 23 to that, I get 2,123 divided by 3.
That's correct. You're right. So it's really supposed to stay at 27.
Ah, thank you. I thought I was the only one.
Yeah. Supposed to stay at 27. Okay, that's why I was getting the wrong answer. I was like, why is this not working? Yeah, it is 27.
Okay, that's it. I got it. I got it right on page over.
Sorry about that, Rochelle. It's 27. Okay. Frank Pong, Santanka, where's Frank Pong?
Yes, sir.
Where's your notes?
I doing the notes right now.
All right, good. Gabrielle Gale. Gabrielle. I know our Wi-Fi is something else. What happened, Gabrielle? Can you speak into the mic? Oh, your mic is not working. Okay. What number you on, Gabrielle? What number you on, Gabrielle? Number 1B. Okay. Garonique Francis and Harvany. What number y'all on?
I'm on number 3.
Number 3. Okay. Shamisha Cooper. What number you on? Shamisha.
Good night. I'm on number 2B.
Number 2B. Okay. Do you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Very neat work. Keep it up, Shamisha.
Thank you.
Jasmine. Oh, I remember Jasmine can't speak because her mic is not working. She said 2B. Good. Karen. Where's Karen?
So she say 2B.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I saw it. Thank you. Karen. Where's Karen?
Yes, sir.
What number you on?
3B.
Okay. You also have a deplorable handwriting that you need to fix, sir. So you need to write properly. It seems like you're rushing. You write like this in class? That's Karen.
Yes, sir.
Well, you need to fix this handwriting because it's written carelessly. And the way how you squat with the stuff, you need to do that better than that. I want neat work. And use give me one moment, Mikhail. Use a ruler when you're drawing lines, Karen. Don't just freehand it.
Yes, sir.
All right. What number you want to say again?
3B.
2B or 3B?
3B.
3B. Okay, that's good. Very good, Alexandria. You only have a few more moments left. Lanaya, what number you on?
I am on number 1B because I'm a little confused on how to set it up.
You
So-
are or you was?
Was.
Okay,
I'm using the notes.
to help you. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Leroy Taylor,
Yes, sir.
what number you on?
2B.
2B. I haven't received your notes. So I need you to send them right now.
I can try.
I hope you send them and not try to send them. I hope you send them. I'll try to send. Because I need them. Do you have them written down already? Leroy, I'm talking to you. Do you have them written down already? I wonder if you could hear me. Leroy?
Send in the chat, Mr. Petit.
Okay, sometimes it's play crazy. Shalice, are you there?
Yes,
Okay, one moment, Shalice. Hello? Hello. Yes, I'm trying to get Leroy's attention in Zai class, but I'm not hearing him. Okay, please reach to your husband, please, so you could make sure that he's attentive because I'm calling him and he's not answering. All right, thank you. Yes, Shalice. What number are you on?
2B.
Okay. Do you understand what you're doing?
Yes,
All right. Michaela? Michaela Moxie.
Yes, sir.
I don't have your notes from, were you at the last class, yesterday?
No, sir.
No, okay. I haven't received your notes from today.
I can take a picture of it right now.
Okay, thank you. And then Malaya Smith. Malaya Smith, are you there? Where's Malaya? Um, Megan, are you there? Megan. Yes, I'm here. What number are you on, Megan? Number 3B. Megan, use your mic, please. Why are you not using your mic? Thank you, Kaylee and Karen. And where's Megan? Megan? Thank you, Kaylee. And Moisha, what number you on?
I am on number 3A.
Number 3A. Okay, good. Noel, what number you on? Noel. Noel? He does this all the time, not answering.
I on 2B.
Okay. I need you to send your class notes and your exercises. Noel, I'm talking to you. I need you to send your class notes and your exercises. That's what I said.
I can send it when I finish do the work.
I need to see your notes, Noel. You know how we do it. Send me the notes first, and then you do the exercises. How much times I have to tell you the same thing over and over every class? Send the notes, then move on to the exercises. But you want to do your own thing. But this is not your show. So send me your notes first, Noel, and then move on to the exercises. Noel, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Or Chardonnay?
Yes, sir.
What number you on?
So
I didn't receive your second example.
I didn't finish it on time, so I can send it when I send my exercise.
All right. Gaston. What number you on, Gaston?
What did you, pardon me?
What number are you on?
I already sent mine.
All right. Take one, yeah? What number you on?
I'm sending my pictures right now.
All right. Very good. Taran, what number you on? Taran Audley.
I was just about finished, right, but I ended up realizing I messed up number 2, so I can redo number 2.
All right.
But I have numbers. I can write the rest of the Instagram and send it to you in minutes.
All right, that's good. Yolanda, I received your work. Where is Zayden Watson? Zayden Watson.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you just reached and you're giving me problems. I want you to send your class notes. You haven't done that, and class almost finished.
Okay, sir.
You keep on saying okay, and I received none yet, except your sister work. So I need you to send in the class notes along with the exercises. What number you on anyway?
I'm on number 2A.
Okay, so what's taking you so long to send in the class notes?
I'll send them right now, sir.
All right. And Zaria, what number you on? Zaria, what number are you on?
Number 2.
Number 2, what? A or B?
Number 2A.
Number 2A, good. All right. Let's answer these questions. Where's Jensen? Jensen is here? No. Okay, I need from Jensen. Okay. All right, go ahead. Please make sure that you are not turning on your camera. Okay, so for number 1, let's do that together. Alexandria, can you tell me how you got number 1? What we got for the number of girls and boys?
Okay, all right. Number 1. How many boys and girls are in the school? So first I have to find one equal part, which is 2,400 divided by 3 plus 5, which is 2,400 divided by 8, which
Mhm.
gives us 300.
Mhm.
So now for the boys, we need to find 3 equal parts. So that's 3 times 300 equals 900. For girls, 5 equal parts, which is 5 times 300, which is 1,500. Now for B, 6 more boys entered the school. If the ratio remains the same, how many girls enter? So now we have to add 6 more onto the boys. So
Mhm.
that becomes 906. So we're gonna take 906 divided by 3 to find the new equal part,
Mhm.
which is 302.
302 or 902?
No, I already got 906. So we're gonna
Okay.
do 906
Oh,
divided by
okay.
3,
Divided by 3. Okay.
which is
Okay.
302. So now for the girls, we're gonna do their equal parts, which is 5. 5 times 302, which gives us a new number of 1,510. Now, in order for us to find the new amount of girls, we're going to subtract the new number from the old number, which is 1,510 subtracted by 1,500, which gives us 10 girls. So 10 new girls entered.
Because we got 1,510 minus the 1,500.
Yes.
I agree totally. So there are 10 new girls that entered. All right, very good. Anyone got this answer for number 1? 900, 1,510?
Yes,
I
sir.
did. I did.
Yes.
I
Okay.
did.
That's excellent, Satan.
Yes.
Where's Leroy? Leroy, where are you?
Ms. Petit, sorry to interrupt you, but can you go back to the part where you got 1,510? Please, how'd
Okay.
you get that?
How we get 1,510? Okay, well, we got 1,510 because, okay, we had to find how much equal parts was it for how much equal parts it was. So how much is 1 equal part? So 1 equal part is gonna be 906 divided by 3. And 906 divided by 3 is 302. So 302 times 5 is 1,510. I mean 1,510. And that's how we get 1,510. You understand that? Or you need me to repeat that?
Another question, how'd you get, I mean, I know how you got the 302, but
Mhm.
I got 301. So
906 divided by 3. Probably divide wrong. Nine oh six divided by 3, and that should give you 302. Okay. And then when you get that 302, you multiply it by 5 to give you 1,510. And then you subtract that from 1,500. Okay, Shaya, how we get A for number 2? I want boys.
Okay, for number 2,
Yeah.
for you to 2A, sorry, for you to see how many boys and girls are in the school, you first have to find like 1 equal part of it. So you do 4,500 divided by 4 plus 5, which is 9. And you get 500 because 9 goes into 45 5 times.
So it's 500.
Yeah, so it's 500. And then to get the how many boys are there, you do 4. Since the boys have 4 equal parts, you do 500 times 4, which is 2,000. And then for the girls, you do, since they got 5 equal parts, you do 500 times 5, which is 2,500. And then for B, it says 20 more boys entered the school, and you're trying to find like how many new girls entered. So you do, since the boys equal part was 2,000, you add 20 onto that because it's 20 new boys.
Mm-hmm.
So you get 2,000 and 2,020 divided by 4,
Mm-hmm.
and you get 505 boys.
Mm-hmm.
And then to get the total number of girls, you do 5 times 505,
Yes.
and you got 2,525 girls. And then to get the number of new girls, you do 2,525, take away 2,500, and you get 25.
Yeah. 2,525. Very good.
Mr. P,
Yes, sir.
why is it 3 times 5 is 20?
3 times 5 is 20. Why you say that?
3 times 5 is 15. You said 20.
I say 3 times 5 is 20.
It's on the board now.
3 times 5 is 20. Where you see that? Oh,
Oh, it's 4
4.
times 5.
4 times 500. Thank you. All right, good. And Daniel, help me with number 3. Daniel, number 3. Oh, you know what? Let me let Yolanda do that. Yolanda, do number 3, please. Number 3A. Yolanda, are you there? Yolanda, are you there? That's bad. She's not there.
I'm
Moesha?
here.
Okay, good. Can you do number 3, please?
One second. Okay, so first for A, you have to do 1 equal part, and that'll be 4,900 divided by 3 plus 4, which equals to 7, and that equals to 700. And then, oh, wait, am I supposed to be doing B?
Yes. Do the girls, boys and girls, and then do B.
Okay, then for boys, they have 3 equal parts, so you're supposed to do 700 times 3 will equals to 2,100 male students. And then girls has 4 equal parts, so it'll be 700 times 4 will equals to 2,800 female students. And then for B, you're supposed to find the total number of boys, which is 2,100 plus 27 will equals to 2,127. Then for the 1 equal part, you put 2,127 over 3, which equals to 709. And then for the total number of girls, you take 709 and times it by 4, which equals to 2,836. And then the number of new girls, you take 2,836 and you subtract 2,800 from it, and it equals to 36.
Very good. Did anyone else get 36 girls for this one?
That's a T.
Yes, sir.
That right? Or that's you shot it right?
What's wrong about it?
Because you have 49,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Let's say 4,900 for equal part
I
1.
get that, Mr. Petit.
It's supposed to be 4,900 plus the 3 and 4 equals 7 divided by 9 divided 4,900 by 7, eh? It's supposed to give you 700 students, eh? Okay, and then the other part is supposed to be for boys, it's supposed to be 3 times 700 equals 2,100. So it'll be 2,100 male students, and then the girl one will be 5 times 700.
Not 5.
Oh, my bad. My
It's
bad.
4. It's 4.
Yeah. Yes, I see where you're going from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So be careful about that.
Yeah.
We used a different number. This one. All right. Anyone got all right?
I did, Mr. Potato.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Me,
right?
of
Okay.
course.
Yes, sir.
Antonia saying me, of course. All right. Anyone
I
got?
got all right.
That's good. Anyone
Mhm.
else? Just y'all? Just those four? Anyone else?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Diamond, Harvey, Yolanda, y'all ain't got all right?
I get all right.
I did.
Okay, good. Mummy person's got 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
I
Yeah.
did.
Shaya?
I
Shaya?
made a very stupid mistake on the first one.
Oh,
Instead of multiplying 5 by 0, I multiply 5 by 1
let's see.
and then add a 1.
Okay. All right. Aiden, how much did you get right in this one?
Oh,
Say it again.
I get all three right.
All 3 right? Okay. Let me check this. Before we do it or after we do it? Let me see.
Before.
Before. Serenity, how did you do? All right. Okay. All right. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, I re-add everything up. I get it. Yeah.
You see it, right?
Yeah, I re-add everything. I do. I make mistakes on the girl. If it's a girl, will cut me, show me off. So
Okay.
I redo them.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. So let's go. So we're gonna move on to health science right now. If you are not in health science, you can leave. We can do health science and general science. And we have class. Please note that we have class tomorrow and also on Thursday. I know some of you are on midterm break, but life goes on in this class. So please make sure that you come in full force on Wednesday and on Thursday. Have a wonderful evening. For those who are staying back, we can stay back. Alexandria, you have a question?
No, Mr. Petit.
Oh, okay. I see your hand raised.
Man, I've been like that massive for 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Zayden Watson, you have a question, sir?
When are we doing general science?
General science is after health. So we do health science up until 8:30, and then general science will be 8:30 to 9.
I'll be back in 8. So where's general science? 30 to 9?
8:30 to 9, yeah.
Well, I'll be back at 8:30 because I'm not taking health science.
Okay, no problem. All right, so let's do our health science stuff. Yolanda, you know the question I'm gonna ask you. What number we on?
We're on number 34.
Number 34. Okay. Good standings. Good standings. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today is Tuesday. Our subject is, well, today is the 21st of February.
Excuse me, Mr. Potato, may I be?
For how long?
Long.
Say it again?
Not long.
Not long. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Alexandria.
Mr. Petit, okay.
Yes.
I know you will be covering certain topics, but I have the whole health science book, like with the answers and everything. So what page should I start on?
Oh, you should look at 2018. 2018?
No, I mean personally, what pages to start from?
Oh, you mean because you have the
What
whole
year?
book.
Yeah, I have the whole book, like with the answers and everything. So I want to know what year to start from. Or
I
you're
would
not
start
sure?
I would start with within a decade. So if we're in 2023, start like 2013.
Okay. For
and then
someone
move.
is telling me 2006, but okay.
I mean, hey, the more you do, the better, you know. Because I had a student who had the same book, and he ended up getting an A for that because it really helps. That book really helps, I must admit. That's really helpful.
Okay.
Because you know, like going through the papers yourself, and the questions are repetitive. So it's best that you do the entire book, but I'm saying start from 2013 because that would be most recent, and some things they switch up. So I say start from 2013 and then cover up until 2023. And if then if you have more time, then go back to the older ones. Okay. But that's what I would recommend. But it's best to do the whole book because that way, you know, you are really prepared for it. And then not only do the whole book, but also get a general science textbook and just read it to get an understanding of the topics themselves, because answering past papers is good, but you also want a general review of the topic itself. So that is important. Okay. Where did you get the book from, Alexandria?
I got it from one of my old classmates. So I'm not sure where she got it from because it's been a long time.
Okay. All right. All right, past paper question. So we are on number 34. Like I said, if you want to get a copy of some past papers, not all are on the site, but some, all you need to do is type in health science Bgcse past papers, and it'll lead you right to the site called Student Shared, which you could always use. It's a very good site. I've been using this from since I was a student. And the paper the year that we're on is 2018. We're looking at those past paper questions, and we are on number 34. Hopefully we had to finish this paper today. It's only 6 more
Mr.
questions
Petit,
to finish. Yes, ma'am.
sorry. I have a question.
Question.
So what's the difference between the papers, like the different years?
The different questions and different topics that they put. So,
like, what about the questions that they change?
yeah, so that's the thing. The goal is to get familiarity with the questions because sometimes they repeat them. Okay. Your best bet at preparing is 2 things. Number 1, using all the notes that you have in health science class, not my class, I mean in school. And then 2, going over practice papers. And you want to go over as much as you possibly can. All right. In this class, we are doing past papers at the moment. We are not doing it the topics route because it's impossible for me to cover all the topics by May, right? Just impossible because we only have like a few moments for health science each week. So I think that the best thing for me to do is just to do past papers with y'all, and the extra studying, like going through the topics, you have to do it on your own, either with your class notes or either with looking at the curriculum and seeing which topics there. Okay, so that's how we do it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And even if another thing, Mr. Petit, what you can do, like when you look at the questions and you see what type of questions they look at, like you could write your own notes. Like for me, I take it upon myself. I noticed that they ask question about the female reproductive system. So what I did, I went and I write down stuff about that, and I write down the functions and the organs and stuff like that, because I tend to do better when I have notes in front of me. Like even though I have that book, I still like to study notes.
Yeah, I think
So
notes
that's
is
what I
very
did.
important. I like that you are creating your own notes. I too have my own notes as well, but I do not do it here much because otherwise we would take forever on this past paper. Let me show you the book that I made. It's a neat book. I like it. But if I go through it entirely in its depth, then yeah, we would be on one past paper until eternity. Um, let me open it up. I could send it to you if you want me to, but this is something that I made for this particular year. So I have the answer key, but also what each one mean to help out.
Yeah, you could
And
tell me that, Mr. Petit.
yeah, no problem. I can send it to you. So we are on number 34.
Mr. Petit, you just said you
Hello.
made this?
Yeah, I made it. Yeah, I made it.
How?
That's when I had the time.
Because I was about to say you got class in the daytime, then you got like glad or whatever you do, like from 4, and then you got us.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, that's when I
That's
had
a
time.
lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. But it was fun. You wouldn't believe that. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I wish I have more time to do things like this, but I have to teach more often. But yeah, so this is a good resource that you all could use. I could send it to you if you want it. Just message me sometime after class. Just say, Mr. Petit, remember the document, and I'll send it to you personally. All right, so Monday, Tuesday, okay, number 34. So let's look at that. So it says here, which of these organs regulate water and salt levels in the body?
The kidney.
The kidneys.
The kidney is very good. That's definitely the kidneys. We could read the information here. Lanaya, can you read starting from the gallbladder?
I was waiting for you to ask me to do something. I was like, Mr. Petit, must he forget I in class tonight?
No. No.
The gallbladder is a storage pouch for bile, a liquid that aids digestion. The liver is an essential organ that has many functions in the body, including making proteins and blood clotting factors, manufacturing
Triglycerides,
triglycerides and cholesterol,
glycogen synthesis.
glycogen synthesis, and bile production. The urinary bladder, or simply bladder, is a hollow muscular organ in humans and other vertebrates that stores urine from the kidneys before disposal by urination. That's a lot. The kidneys are a pair of bean-shaped organs on either side of your spine, below your ribs and behind your belly. They regulate the water and salt levels in the body. Thus, the correct answer is B, kidneys.
Yes. So I just listed the functions of each. So the gallbladder helps store bile. So bile is stored in the gallbladder, but bile is made in the liver. So just make note of that. So gallbladder stores bile, liver makes bile. But liver also helps with a lot of different things. It makes proteins. Glycogen synthesis is just basically making glycogen, and bile production obviously means producing bile. Manufacturing triglycerides, triglyceride is just basically fats, right? And it also does a lot of stuff. That's the liver. The urinary bladder, that stores urine, and the kidneys, definitely the kidneys, bean-shaped organs, and they regulate water and salt levels in your body. So we'd say that the kidneys. So correct answer is, what was the correct answer? B? The kidneys regulate water and salt levels in the body. Number 35. Mhm. Mhm. So that's number 35. We have the following. Aaron, can you read number 35, please, if a woman?
If a woman has a urine test and the result shows that a large amount of glucose is present in the urine, what disease is she most likely to have?
Diabetes.
Okay. What is glucose?
Sugar. Is it
Sugar.
sugar?
Yeah. Glucose is another word for sugar. Glucose is a simple sugar. It's a monosaccharide. Okay. And you have disaccharide, which means two sugars, and polysaccharides which mean many sugars. But glucose is one sugar. It's a simple sugar. And if glucose is inside your urine, that means your body trying to get rid of that urine, right? I mean, not the urine. You're trying to get rid of the glucose. So that means you have too much of it. All right. So that would definitely mean that you have diabetes. Okay. Hypertension. What is hypertension? That should be what?
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure. Yeah. That's when the blood pressure is too high. Tuberculosis. Anyone know what tuberculosis is?
It's like a respiratory
Something dealing
disease,
with
right?
your chest.
Yeah, respiratory
Yeah.
illness.
Like
Yeah.
an infection?
I don't know if it's an infection, but it has something to do with, let me see if I have it right now. Glucose.
Mr. Petit, can it be and it can be I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
it's
bacteria. It's
I don't know if it's a
contagious.
bacteria. I don't know if it's a bacteria, but let's look at it. Tuberculosis. But it has something to do with the respiratory system. I know that for sure. It's a disease caused by germs that are spread from person to person through the air. It affects the lungs, they say. All right. Yeah, it is a bacterial infection, they say. And it is contagious. That's why they ask you if you have tuberculosis, they may ask you, or if they suspect you have tuberculosis, they may ask you, where have you been? So they can figure out, who you got it from. Excuse me. Anyone ever did the TB test at school or they made it for work or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's when they do it on your forearms.
Yeah, they put in
pinch
your
you
phone.
with a little thing.
And then you have to come back the next day.
When it's
several days, and then I don't think it's the next day. I think it's several days, and then they determine whether or not you have it or not, whatever. I'm trying to figure out where they put that file. Let me just was reading from it. Oh, there we go. So if too much blood gets in your urine, if too much blood glucose gets into the urine, into the blood, it will be disposed or eliminated through your urine. So therefore the correct answer is definitely diabetes B.
Is that what it's caused, like people sugar to spike? Like how
What?
like some people just be like have like those like instant diabetes cases where like your sugar spikes above the regular level. Is that like caused by glucose?
Yes, that's caused by glucose. Yeah. And the glucose in the form. That's why people who have diabetes, they have to watch how much rice they eat, how much mashed potato they eat, how much sodas they drink, how much even bananas. For some diabetics, they can't eat it because it's sweet. All of those basically, when they broke down into glucose. And so that's sugar. And so they have to watch over all those things. And so they only have a limited amount. Sometimes they can't even have it at all. 36. But the trick with diabetes is that for some people, if you could eat whole foods is not as bad as, refined foods. And so let's say, for example, if you would eat the, let's say, for example, an apple, if you eat the apple with the skin, as opposed to just drinking apple juice or just drinking fruit punch soda, which is the raw juice without no fiber, then it'll cause, if you eat, say, for example, the apple, it wouldn't cause the spike to be so high. But if you drink it just the raw soda or the raw apple juice, it cause the spike to increase, rapidly. So that's another thing. So eating the sugar with fiber helps too. Okay, Shaya?
Yes, sir.
All right, number 36. Miss Neely, can you read the starting from the diagram and then number 36, please?
The diagram shows the female reproductive system. Use this diagram to answer question 36 and 37. Which label structure become active during poverty?
Puberty.
Puberty, sorry.
Is it A, P, B, Q, C, R, or D, S? Anyone could answer.
S.
Active during puberty. Say S.
P.
Someone say S or S,
P.
P. Someone say P, okay. P.
P. If I
P is
think
the
about it
uterus.
correctly, it's P.
P is the uterus.
I think.
Boy, I can't
No,
believe
Q is the
I
ovaries.
can't believe all these girls in there and
Q is the
another one.
ovaries.
No,
R is the
it's
fallopian tube. R is the
it's
fallopian
P.
tube. S is the vagina or the cervix. One of them. I don't know which one is S. Because at the
Mercy.
top would be the cervix.
Mercy. Wow. Wow.
S is either the cervix or the vagina. It has to be one of them. The cervix is above the vagina, but that pointing low. So I would say that's the vagina.
What structure
But
becomes active during puberty? A, B, C, or D?
Q is pregnancy because that's the ovaries. All right. Fallopian tube.
So what you think the answer is? A, B, C, or D? One moment.
Mr. Bati.
He
Mr.
said,
Bati.
give him one moment. He said, give him one moment.
Oh, sorry.
All right. It is. This is funny. I don't understand this. This is so. All
I
these
think
girls
it's
inside
P.
this class, and we still trying to figure out what the
First
answer
of
is.
all,
I think it's P.
All right. So let's look at the structure, right? So first of all,
I was right.
R is the fallopian tube. Okay. Q is the ovary. You can't miss it, right? It's circular
Well, I
looking
knew
thing.
that.
I know what I was talking.
And then S is the V word.
Vagina. But I know.
All right, so the
Mr.
ovaries,
Mati, you just say the B word.
the ovary, the ovaries become active during puberty. All right. So the correct answer for that number 36 was
It's B.
is B, B, B. So
Okay, so let's see with that. That's when so
I was
the
about to say that.
eggs from the ovary gets in the I mean, that's where the sperm travels, and then it
yeah.
sends the fallopian tube.
So the eggs from here is gonna travel here. All right. So this is becoming active. If it doesn't connect, so if fertilizers don't, if this egg here that comes from the ovary, if it is not fertilized, right, then obviously it would go down and be discarded, every month. But if it is fertilized, then the baby would form. Okay. So that's why these would become active in puberty to prepare for pregnancy. Okay. So the ovaries become active during puberty. So the correct answer is B for that one. Number 37. All right. So let's look at number 37. Number 37 says, which label structure would fertilization occur? So where does fertilization occur?
Or in the fallopian tube.
Yeah.
In the
Because
fallopian tube.
from the sperm travels.
So if the fallopian tube in R, okay, that's where fertilization occur in the same tube.
Are we still doing, are we doing general science now?
We are almost finished out. So give us, you could stay, but we're gonna transition soon. So the correct answer is R. So C. Fertilization occurs in the fallopian tube. So the correct answer is C. Oh my goodness, I feel like I getting sick. Wow, it's not good. All right, number 38. Which diseases are caused by bacteria? Is it
C.
AIDS and chickenpox? B, influenza and measles?
Yeah,
C,
C.
ringworm
C.
and athlete's foot? Or
C,
D,
Mr. P.
syphilis and pneumonia?
I think it's the syphilis and anemia.
C.
C. I
C
say
or
C.
D?
I
C,
say
Mr. P. C.
C, okay.
Syphilis and
C.
Okay.
Athlete's
Alright.
foot.
It's pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
Syphilis and pneumonia.
C.
But the answer is C.
It's
Just say
D.
just make sure say Alexandra said C.
All right then. Well, we'll see. We'll see. No pun intended.
Right.
It's D.
Oh,
I was right. I was right.
I was right as well. Ringworm is a fungi.
Yeah,
Like,
ringworm is a fungi.
ringworm
Yeah,
and athlete's foot is fungi.
ringworm is fungi.
So,
So
Mr.
let's
P, it's a bacteria too? Or just a
no.
sexually transmitted disease?
AIDS is a virus. So let's label them. Let's label them. Since y'all want to know. AIDS is a virus. So we've gone way over time. My general science people could be mad at me. Oh, they asked me to sign it. Let me not do that like that. Let me just actually do it like this. So AIDS is going to be Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome is caused by a virus. So AIDS is a virus. Chickenpox is caused by what? It's caused by a virus. It's another virus. Influenza is caused by viruses. It's another virus. Influenza. And measles is caused by what? A virus. Now, ringworm is caused by what?
Fungi.
Fungus, yes. So ringworm is caused by a fungus. An athlete's foot is caused by also
A fungus.
very good. Syphilis is a sexually transmitted infection caused by a bacteria. And pneumonia is caused by a bacteria as well. All right, so the correct answer therefore is D. So syphilis and pneumonia are caused by a bacteria. Is that right? I spelled it right? Syphilis? SYPH. Yeah, syphilis. And pneumonia are caused by bacteria. Please ignore the noise in the background. They clearly don't understand our class. Well, they do, you know.
Mr.
But
Fatigue, we don't hear nothing.
don't know and really.
No, they're being so
Oh.
serious.
Okay, well,
You
that's good.
always just be saying, excuse the noise in the background, but we just can't hear nothing.
Okay, that's good. That's good news.
At least he's a teacher that actually tells you all the study how to.
Yeah, at least he's trying.
My parents, well, not my parents, my mommy and my son. Family reunion type thing. So, all right. Now let's move on to number 39.
Excuse me, sir. Can you go back to the notes, please?
Yeah, I can go back to it. I want to quickly do this before I go over to. I want us to finish this.
Yeah, because only two questions, like 39 and 40.
Yeah. So 39, excessive drinking of alcohol would likely cause damage of the what?
Liver.
The liver. All right. So number 39 is what? A?
Yeah, A, liver.
Excessive drinking of alcohol would cause damage to the liver. Number 40.
Which row in the table correctly matches disease report?
Now, which row in the table correctly matches the disease with the part of the body it affects?
D.
Yeah, D. The ringworm affects what?
The
Your
skin.
skin. Yeah. So ringworm. Anyone ever had a ringworm before?
I had ringworm before.
My brother did.
You? All right.
I had
Impress-
ringworm before.
Shay, you had ringworm. How did you look? Did you take any picture?
No.
I would like to see them pictures.
Why would she take pictures? Why would I take a picture? It was on my face.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's memories. I overcame this.
So many people used to get ringworm like in primary school.
Yeah, a lot. I'm surprised a lot of people don't be
Because
having
they
ringworm.
used to be all up in that sun.
All of it, yeah, all of it in the sand pit, and then they used to roll around on the grass.
So ringworm affects the skin. All right, so let's move on. I think that's it, right? So it's 40.
Mr. Petit, I ain't
Hola.
gonna lie. I ain't even health science and I learned something new.
What? What is that?
Huh?
Oh, you mean from these questions?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm glad that you're learning. But the thing is that what people don't understand is that if you're doing general science, you are doing health science too. Because general science, they test health science material. That's the thing. Kind of weird, but because general science, like think about it, general science. So we got some bio in that. All right, send the pictures of your class notes for me, please, so that we can start general science.
I sent mine.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. For those who are doing general science, let's stay back. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so
We're on number 34.
yeah, number 34, the same thing. I wonder if we could complete that day. I don't know. Depends on how fast we go. I also have a book for general science as well. I show you that. I also have a book for general science as well. This is the paper that we're doing, I think. And it's the paper that we're doing. Okay, we're number 34. Okay. So if you need this document also, I could send it to you as well. It's also of the explanations of things as well in it and how we got these answers. So just message me and I'll send it to you. All right, so we are number 34. Twenty 2014 or 2015, 2015, I think it is. Okay, good. All right, number 34. All right, so Can you read this for me, Mr. Zayden
Mr.
Watson?
Batiste, you wouldn't believe I just do that in general science the other day.
Wow, that's
The
awesome.
diagram shows a soil profile. Which layer contains the most organic material?
Good. So is it the top layer, this one, this layer, or the very bottom? Which one is, which layer contains the most organic material?
Well, I would guess the bottom, right?
You guess the bottom. Okay, the most
Wait,
now. The most.
Like,
A?
Yeah,
Someone
between
said
A and D.
between A and D. Okay.
Yeah.
Zayden, please do not write on my screen. Don't write on my
Okay, I
screen.
was just circling the answer.
Yeah, I understand. I don't write on my screen though.
Okay.
The correct answer is actually is A, the topsoil. Because think about it, organic material, that's when things die, what's the first layer gonna be at? If like a whole horse died, we're gonna be on the topsoil. Okay. So the topsoil is usually the darkest layer of soil because it is the highest portion of organic material. Okay. So that's the topsoil. So A. It contains the highest concentration of organic matter, and it's where most of Earth's biological soil activity occurs. Okay, so the correct answer is definitely A. So Monday, Tuesday, there's Tuesday. Let me head up properly. The what? 21st of February, 2023. Subject is, of course, health, no general. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Mr. Petit, what are you singing this time?
I know y'all wouldn't have guessed. I know you'd never
My
guess.
Spotify playlists are now inspired by whatever song you just start randomly. So, like, what week was that? A couple weeks ago, it was Encanto, and so
Encanto, yes.
like the whole week, I was just listening to the thing. I might even watch the movie over again. So,
Yeah. This is the good stuff. I don't know if y'all noticed. 34A. The topsoil is usually the darkest layer of soil because it has the highest proportion of organic material. So the correct answer right there is A. It's the darkest. Okay. So that's why it has the most organic matter, organic material. That's the dead stuff. The things that is left over when things die. That's the topsoil. Let's move on to number 35. See if we could finish this paper. We could try, but we could. Let's try to finish. Which means we have to pick up the pace. So let's look at number 35. It says, which object is not, notice the word NOT, not a natural part of the solar system? Is it the Earth,
It's
Moon, satellite, or Venus?
satellite.
Satellite, yes, it is C. Satellite is not a natural part of the solar system. So 35 is C. Satellites are not natural parts of the solar system. Number 36.
Mr. Petit, we know this number. Oh no, sorry. This no, sorry. Sorry.
No problem. I told you, Mikhail, think before you speak. All right, so number 36. Karen, can you read number 36, please? The diagram shows.
The diagram shows a ray of light as it strikes the mirror. What's the process shown? A, absorption, B, dispersion, C, reflection, and D, refraction.
Good. What do you think that is? What do you think is being demonstrated there? Say it again. Say it again, Karen.
Actually, C.
C, reflection. Do we agree with him? That's a reflection.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a clear reflection. So what does the law of reflection states? Well, the law of reflection states that the incident ray, which is this is the incident ray because what? It's coming in, right? This is the light ray, by the way. So the incident ray and the normal ray all lie in the same plane as the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection. So law of reflection states that the law of reflection states that the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal all lie in the same plane, and that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. So basically, is this. Let me show you. It's just basically saying that the angle of incidence. Let me show you the angle of incidence. Let me show you that. The angle of incidence is this angle right there. That's I. So it's saying that the angle of incidence, this one, this angle is going to be equal to the angle of reflection. That's that one. They are equal. And you can clearly see that they are equal. So the angle of incidence must be equal to the angle of reflection. That's what the law of reflection states. Okay. The angle of incidence equal the angle of reflection. All right. And also states that these three rays must be in the same plane. So here's the same plane, one straight line. This ray, this normal, and this ray are on the same plane. They meet at a common point. They're all on the same plane, the same surface right there. So cloud giant. So the correct answer is C. So the law of reflection states that the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal are all lie in the same plane, and that the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are equal. They are equal. Number 37. All right, so oh, I already gave away the answer, but this one says number 37. A softball player hits a ball with a force of 5 newtons onto the outfield. The ball travels a distance of 200 meters. How much work is done? Okay, so work, formula for work, right, is work done is going to be equal to work equals to force. It's going to be force times distance in the direction of the force. Okay, so all you gotta do is multiply the force and the distance. What is the force? What's the amount of the
How
force?
does math still
5 Newton.
find
Say it again.
to the other subjects?
Ha. Math is in
Like,
everything. Math is
I
in
left
everything.
math back at 8 o'clock. Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, it's right there. Math is in every subject, my dear. She's the queen of subjects, the queen of the sciences, they say. So it's just a simple multiplication though. So work done is force times distance. And so you have 5 newtons multiplied by 5, multiplied by 200. So that's gonna be 5 times 200, which is 1,000. But Newton meters means joules. So it's 1,000 joules. Okay, so for this one, just have to remember that work done is force times distance. So D, work done equals to force times okay. It's going to be equal to what? 5 newtons multiplied by 200 newtons, 200 meters rather. So it's going to be equal to 1,000 joules. Number 38. So remember, it's force times distance, right? Now number 38. What do we have there? Oh. All right, an athlete is running at a speed of 10 meters per second. She runs a distance of 500 meters. How long did it take for the athlete to run this distance? How long did it take for the athlete to run this distance? Let me have okay. Okay, we can stop at number 38. So it says, how long did she take to run this distance? How long?
Mr. T, can I like say something?
Go ahead.
All right. So you see how they would have the 100-meter, right?
Uh-huh.
And you could run that in less than like, if you in shape and you have enough stamina and you fast enough, you could make that under 20 seconds, right? That's 100 meters, right?
You
So
can
if
make
that's
that in
500 meters, huh?
you can make that in less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, I know sometimes as well. But since it's like 500 meters, right? That's like close to 25 to 50. So I would say C.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. You're trying to do it like that. There's actually a way to do it. Remember the speed timetable? Not timetable, man. The speed triangle. So this is very important. So draw this triangle, please, because this is very important. So the triangle says speed, which is S, gonna be equal to distance divided by time.
Mr. Fatigue, sorry to cut you off, right? But in like a 500 is like half of a lap, half of a full lap.
I don't know how you, it depends on how long the lap is.
Oh,
It depends on how long the lap is. So speed is distance over time. So since speed is distance over time, so speed equals to distance divided by time. So if speed is equal to distance over time, then that means time is going to be equal to what? The distance divided by your speed. So you're going to take 500 and divide it by 10. Okay, that's how we get time. So you're going to take distance divided by speed. That's how we get that.
So would it be 50? So it would be C then?
It would be C. So let me just make a note of it. Distance, time is distance over speed. So there is what? 500 meters. And it covers a speed of, excuse me, 10 meters per second. Once we divide them, 500 divided by 10, we get 50 seconds. Okay, so the correct answer is 50 seconds. So the correct answer is C. So time, remember that time equals to distance divided by time, divided by speed. Let me put the division sign so you can know division. So distance divided by speed. What's
So I
the
was
different?
right.
What's the, yeah, you was right. What's the different distance that is covered? We had what, 500 meters? 500 meters, right? And
Yes, sir.
what's the speed?
10.
10 seconds.
10 meters per second. Meters per second. Speed is, you need your units of distance and your units of time for speed. Now, what is 500 meters divided by 10 meters? That's going to be what? 50 seconds. So the correct answer is A, B, or A, B, C, or D. What we said it was D? No, C. Okay. All right, once you have this down, then you could leave. We're gonna do the next two, next class. But remember, time is distance divided by speed. So if you just divide them, okay? And speed is distance over time.
Mr.
Any que-
Petit, don't forget to send the thing.
Message me personally and say you want it. Okay.
Okay. Also, do you want the notes?
Yes, please send the notes for general science and then you could leave. Send the notes to general science and you could leave.
Are we doing any other subjects?
Not tonight. Not tonight. Tomorrow. Oh, by the way, Lanaya, that was for a moment. That's the was humming.
Oh, by who, Mr. Petit? Mr. Petit, you can't just say the name of the song. Oh my gosh.
No,
I know
you
so
know.
much people who do that.
That's
Oh my
from
gosh.
Little Mermaid 2.
Oh,
I don't know if you ever watched that.
I watched
Part 2,
Little
not
Mermaid so long. Oh
not
my
part 1, part
gosh.
2. Yeah, that's the hits, the
Mr.
classics.
Petit, you watch Little Mermaid?
Yeah, I watched Little Mermaid before.
After he started singing Encanto, I put nothing past him. This is
Yeah.
like anything is possible at this point.
I believe the show just scrolled across and he just get interested and just leave it there.
That has happened. It has happened like that.
But it's a nice song.
Good
All
night.
right. Good night.
Because
Good night.
everyone's sitting in like the class. It's just quiet.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Have a good one. All right, let's go.
Mr. Petit,
Oh, what happened?
it wasn't done. Sorry.
Please don't
I
shout
didn't
at
make
me.
it the last one. Sorry. I thought you had left.
No, I haven't left.
Okay, thank
They're
you.
shouting at the teacher.
Yes, Mr. Watson. All right, have a wonderful evening.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go send it right now. Tell me if you get it,
Alright.
please.
No problem. Take care. Have a wonderful night.
Okay, I sent it.
All right, good. I heard it.
All right, good night, Mr. D.
Have a good one.
You too.